Yo, what's going on YouTube GZTV? And yes, I'm in my work outfit. I have work in about an hour, but I wanted to give you guys this video. I'm really fucking like out of it and really drowsy, but I still have to go to fucking work. So here we go. And I'm also just gonna get this video done in the morning, so I don't have to do that in the evening because I work 11 to 7, which is kind of a shitty shift, but it is what it is, man. We're gonna talk about the plot and the critic reception. You guys know how it goes. Probably gonna try to make this video as concise as possible because I kind of want to relax before I go to work. I'll probably go up and watch Dexter, but yeah. As Alpha leads her group, hey, put this on the charger. Sorry about the coughing. It's gonna be really popular in videos probably for the next couple of days. So, oh man, I'm fucking tired, dude. Like I try to get as much sleep as I can. It still doesn't work. I probably got like 8 or 9 hours of sleep, and it doesn't even matter. But as Alpha leads her group back to camp, she questions Lydia about her time at the hilltop and to reveal any information she learned while held captive, but her daughter claims there was little of interest. So yeah, her mother feels like she could possibly be betraying her, and it's understandable. You know, you can't be too safe out here in these conditions. Henry eventually catches up with Lydia and the Whisperers and watches them from a close distance as they rest, but is found and grabbed by Beta, Alpha's second in command, and kind of like her husband almost, like her partner almost. That's what it seems like to me. It's a weird relationship, but I feel like they have something going on. Beta tosses Henry in front of Alpha, who questions the boy. Henry reveals that he came along to get Lydia. Alpha decides that Henry is coming with them, and he'll just be a part of the group. On their way back to camp, Alpha asks Lydia why she didn't mention Henry. Lydia explains that he wasn't worth mentioning, but Alpha reminds her that he just risked his life to save her, so she must be lying. Like, you can't just keep dodging the fact that this kid, like, really likes you and cares about you, you know? It's just the truth. In Alexandria, Michonne finds herself at odds with other members of the community's council, particularly with Sadiq and Gabriel. She was concerned about not learning of Rosita and Eugene's mission to establish a radio tower. Um, Gabriel points out to Michonne that she frequently overrides their decisions, specifically disallowing Alexandria to participate in the kingdom's upcoming fair over concerns for their safety. So it really isn't like a council anymore. It's kind of like Michonne just making all the decisions, and the group members are kind of like tired of that. Um, Meanwhile, Rosita's pregnancy with Sadiq's child continues. It's fucking crazy. She's like the neighborhood slut, I guess. She just messes with everyone. No offense, but both Gabriel and Eugene struggle with their own past romantic interest in Rosita, and they kind of connect there. Eugene, evaluating his position logically, realizes that he likely has no chance, but encourages Gabriel to make efforts to continue to see Rosita, as it is clear the two love each other very much, and just because she's having a child with Sadiq, that doesn't really mean anything at this point. Meanwhile, Michonne goes to check in on Negan, who has returned to his cell, and he's back in prison. Negan reveals he knows much of the situation due to gossip he hears outside his window as he tries to get Michonne to trust him, and he wants to, like, help them. He knows they're, like, in trouble, you know? Like, they're not agreeing with each other. The council's not going how they expected it to. The Whisperers soon arrive back at their camp, unaware that Daryl and Connie are searching for Henry in the woods and are following their tracks. Obviously, we know Daryl's, like, really good at tracking. Oh, I feel like shit. At the camp, Alpha taunts a secured Henry and explains to him why they disguise themselves as walkers, as the strong adapt when the weak die. That's kind of like their whole motive. That's kind of like their whole message, I guess. Two Whisperers, Sean and Helen, approach Alpha and question why they gave up two people for her daughter. And they're like questioning her power, and you don't want to do that. Alpha is a bad woman, you know. Alpha reminds them that she did it to get information, but Sean issues a challenge for her leadership role. In response, Alpha confirms that he has the right to challenge her position, but that she also has the right to defend it. She's not just going to sit there and take it. Knowing that it was Helen that has been sowing seeds of discontent within the group, Alpha grabs Helen and decapitates her with a piece of wire. It's a very graphic moment. It just shows how ruthless, and it kind of builds up some character for Alpha for the rest of the show. She then hands the head over to Sean before fatally stabbing him in the stomach as Henry looks on in horror, and she pretty much puts him out of his misery because She doesn't want him living without his mate, But still, she's a really fucked up person. She's really brutal, harsh about a lot of things. Privately, Alpha tells Beta a story about Lydia when she was 3 years old. They both then agree that Henry can be useful and that they need to find out if Lydia truly has feelings for him, and they're going to put it to the test. On a field, 2 Whisperers draw a herd to devour the couple's corpses as Daryl and Connie watch nearby, and they kind of know, hey, the horde is going towards something. Michonne returns to her home to chastise Judith as she has been talking with Negan, but Judith insists that Negan has changed. He's like a better man now, he's not who he was before, and to a certain extent, maybe, but that's because they haven't even given him the opportunity to be free. Michonne refuses to believe that people can change until Judith points out that Michonne changed. She's trying to make an argument, and Judith makes a really good argument there. While upset at Judith, Michonne takes this advice to heart and goes to tell Aaron that she will not overrule a vote to allow Alexandria to participate in the fair, even though she thinks it is still a bad idea. She needs to change her ways and be more fair. People can change, and she takes that to the heart. At night, Beta takes Henry to Alpha. Unmasked, Alpha drops her knife and makes Lydia pick it up, commanding her to kill Henry with it so that she can prove what side she's on. Lydia picks up the knife and begins to cry, and now we know that now Alpha, Beta, and the rest of the Whisperers know that Lydia cares for Henry. Her mother warns her not to be weak and that Beta will kill them both if she doesn't kill Henry. Suddenly, a small horde of walkers show up and begin eating the unmasked Whisperers, creating mass confusion, and this is probably one of the first times in a while that the Whisperers have gotten, caught, Alpha and the others quickly put on their masks so that they can try to lure the herd away. Moments later, Daryl and Connie arrive disguised as Whisperers to free and rescue Henry. Daryl grabs Henry, who grabs Lydia, and together the 4 escape. So, looks like Lydia is going to be coming back to the hilltop, which is interesting. Pretty good episode. I don't think I'm going to talk about it too much. 82%, 6.78 out of 10, 17 reviews Rotten Tomatoes. Guardians presents dual stories of tested leadership with thematic resonance and provides the malevolent Alpha a plump opportunity to demonstrate her villainy. Although The Walking Dead is still withholding crucial context from viewers longing to understand the motivations of their heroes. I don't really have much to say. Most of these episodes are pretty straightforward. They're only 45 minutes long or less. So, yeah, I'm going to go up and watch me some Dexter before I have to go to work. But leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I am out tonight. We're going to get an NBA recap, and I'll probably listen to that K-Tramine album from K-Tramine and Amine, and give you guys an album.